morning, guys. So this morning I didn't put it out on my stories, but you will need a pillow for today's workout. It'll be kind of full body, no weights today, but you will need some kind of pillow. So that could be a throw pillow, or it could be a pillow from your bedroom. Whatever you need, you could grab one or two pillows if you want. We're going to use it towards the end. If we even get to that point, we'll play it by ear, but have a pillow near you because we're going to do something for our legs with it. So grab a pillow. Doesn't matter what kind of pillow. You can have multiple pillows if you want to. All right, first thing we're going to do is come up onto our mat, have a nice wide stance. You're reaching up towards the ceiling, lengthen that spine. So anytime we're reaching, we're always lengthening that spine. And be very aware of what your tailbone is doing. We're gonna do a lot of stuff where we're just really noticing what our pelvis is doing and our tailbone being tucked. So as I'm reaching, I'm also tucking my tailbone under. Breathe, reach, feet are wider than hip width apart. Feet are also slightly angled out. You're gonna come down and then up and reach. Down and reach, down and reach. Like you're a little butterfly, right? Or like you're a bird flying. That's always what I feel like. Breathe up, down, up, down. Notice you're breathing in and out of the movement. As your heart rate starts to go up just a little bit, try to control that breathing. In, out. 2-second inhale, 4-second exhale through the lips. Up and down. Breathe. Let's go a little bit faster. Don't worry, you don't have to go super deep in this squat by any means. You're just doing it to get the blood flowing, get the whole body warmed up. Breathe. Good. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, put your hands in front of your heart. You're gonna press it right up against your chest. Close your eyes. 2-second inhale, 4-second exhale through the lips. Try to relax your shoulders. Imagine, I always think of good posture. It's not rolling your shoulders back. It's more like drawing your shoulder blades down your spine towards your tailbone or towards the lower part of your spine. So as you're here, exhale, draw those shoulder blades down your back, and automatically it'll open up your chest and it'll automatically roll your shoulders back. Breathe. One more deep breath. In and out. All right, come to the end of your mat. You're gonna reach up just like you did. Reaching, reaching. Keep in mind that tailbone tuck. So our core is engaged when we do this. It is not the most flattering way to stand because you kind of get a no booty while you do this. But your tailbone is tucked, so everything is tight in your core. It's reaching, tailbone tucked, untuck it, push the hips back, bend your knees as much as you need to. You're gonna come into a plank. Now this plank, I don't want you to be resting like this. Tailbone stays tucked, slightly rounded back. Hold and breathe. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then I want you to slowly go towards the ground while still keeping that tailbone tucked. If you need to drop to your knees, go ahead and drop to your knees before you do this because this is going to be a push-up. So coming all the way down to the ground, lifting up our chest. Exhale. Inhale, come down slowly. We're going to push up from here, so either on your toes or on your knees. Tailbone tucked, push back up, come into a down dog. So push your hips back. Again here, noticing our tailbone. Our tailbone is untucked now. So instead of tucked, like this, tailbone is untucked, lengthening that spine. Breathe. Rotating forward, back into that plank. Tailbone tucked again. Kind of like you're doing a curved or an arched plank. Breathe, hold, lower down all the way to the ground. Lift up. Notice when I'm doing those push-ups, my arms are not flaring out to the side. They're also not glued to my sides. They're at about a 45-degree angle. On toes or knees, push up, back into down dog. Breathe. Bend your knees as much as you need to in down dog. Good, forward again. Breathing. Tailbone tucked, lower down, and up into up dog. Down again, push-ups, let's move a little bit faster. We're gonna do 5 more. Down dog, plank, push-up, up dog, down, up. That's 1. Breathe, 2. Good, 3. Breathe, 4. 1 more. Good. And stay here. Take a second. Hands, I might adjust them just a little bit. I'm gonna put them by my rib cage. My thumb is sticking out so I can actually feel my rib cage because I don't want my hands to be really far out. I want them to be pretty close to my body. We're gonna be doing slow up dogs and slow as we come back down. So squeezing your triceps, push up, pushing through the palms of my hand, coming up slowly, breathe, and then lean forward. So notice I'm leaning my weight forward. I'm gonna lower down, slow and controlled, and rest. Now you can do this on your toes, like so. My feet are off the ground, or my legs are off the ground. It would look like this. My arms are tired from yesterday's workout, so I'm gonna be doing it with my legs on the ground, but you can do it with either one. Coming up slowly, pushing through the back part of your hand, palm of your hand, lowering down slowly, leaning forward. Breathe. Let's go a little bit faster on the up, slow on the down still. Up, squeezing those triceps. Down, up, down. 2 more, guys. Up, down. 1 more, up, and down. Now you're gonna push all the way up and go into down dog once again. Pushing all the way up. Down dog, push back. If you did that on your knees, you're just gonna come off of your knees, come into down dog, pushing hips back, keeping that tailbone untucked. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now we're gonna do some abs real fast. Now our arms might be a little bit tired, and mine are slipping all over the place this morning. So don't mind me if I accidentally fall on my face, guys. It's all good, it's all good. All right, you're gonna come forward into a plank. You're gonna take your right leg as you do this. It's gonna send back, and then it's gonna come forward into your chest and lift. All right, lift it into that chest. Now, if that feels like it's too much, then instead what you can do is in down dog, come forward, just bring the knee in, bring it back, in, back. You can even drop a knee, bring it in, down dog, drop a knee, in. Okay, so there's modifications. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. Breathe, right leg back. We're gonna do it all on the same leg, and push up towards your chest, come down, stretch out, and push up. Breathe. 3, 4, 5. We're going for 10, so go at your own pace. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop a second. You're gonna go into child's pose for just a minute. We're gonna give our arms a little bit of a break before we do our left side. Head comes down, arms can go back. Arms can also go forward, and make your legs as wide or narrow as it feels comfortable. Breathe here. We're going to take 10 breaths here, and then we're moving on to the left side. 2-second inhales, 4-second exhales. Always go back to that ratio if you don't know how to pace your breathing. It's really hard when our heart rate gets up to pace our breathing because we just want to gasp for air. So even when my breath is out, I still try to do 2-second inhale, 4-second exhale to try to regulate it. And at first it's not pretty. It's a little bit of a messy breathing, but it does start to regulate that heart rate and calm that body down. All right, last breath in. Exhale, coming back into that down dog. Left leg this time, stretch out. Bring it in and up, out, in, up, out, in, up. We're at 4, in, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. We're going to do another round of those, starting on the right side. Find whatever position feels comfortable, child's pose, whatever it is to give your arms a little bit of a break. We're kind of doing a lot of arms, at least right now, and core to just start, get us nice and warmed up. So again, 2-4 breath rate, in and out. Breathe. Nice and steady. If your wrists are bothering you, you can also take this time, just kind of roll your wrists back and forth. Not putting a lot of pressure on them, but just kind of moving them around. This also feels nice, side to side. Breathing. You got 2 more breaths, and then we do the right side. Breathe. All right, coming forward, right side, right into it. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop that knee. Breathe. 2-second inhale, 4-second exhale. You're in child's pose or you're seated like I am. It's up to you. Breathe. Try to relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Slow and steady. Breathe. 2 more breaths. All right, coming forward, left side, back into down dog, left leg, straight up, in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, 10, and relax. The reason we're only doing 2 rounds of that instead of 3, even though I love doing 3, is since we're going to be doing right into more ab movements. And so I want y'all to have a little bit of a break. Take a second. We're doing like my favorite core movement ever in this next round. Y'all probably won't feel the same way about it, but I love this particular movement that's coming up. It will be on your wrists again. So again, if you're feeling tight, just roll them out. You could do it on your forearms, this next part. It'll actually make it harder. So if you want to try it on your forearms, you can, but it's going to be, you'll see why in a second why it's going to make it a lot harder, because you have to have a bit of space to bring your legs up to your elbows. This particular move that we're about to do, this is going to be really good if you've ever wanted to do crow, or if you do crow and you want to strengthen it. Crow is an arm balance where you rest your knees on your elbows. This is great for it. I love this one for obliques and just overall abs. So enough blabbing, I will show you now. So come on forward to all fours. Before we start, just watch as I'm doing this so you have an idea of how to do the movement. So I want you to think of like an oblique crunch, and I'll show you some alternatives that you can do instead of the whole movement. You're gonna start with a plank position, just like this. You're gonna take your right leg, remember tailbone is tucked the whole time. Right leg is going to come out towards the left elbow, and then the left elbow is gonna be there. So you should feel immediately on your right side your oblique is working. You're gonna hold it there. Right goes back, left goes back. Switch side, left, right. Okay? Now if that's like, whew, nah man, I can't do it, it's too much. Then instead, you can either be one on your knees and bring your your elbow still here, and bring it back. Just don't bring up the other leg, right? Just do one leg. Otherwise, you can also do plank, knee in, knee in. You can alternate, okay? So the easiest one would be on your knees. A little bit harder is plank, just alternate. Hardest is to bring both legs up, all right? So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do 10 per side, so it's a lot. All right, we're gonna be on our arms a lot. If you need to drop a knee at any point, please feel free to do so. Come on up, breathing, tailbone tucked, right leg in towards that left knee, stepping up, breathing, slow and controlled. That's one. Breathe. Notice I'm rotating my torso, but my upper body is staying right in the same spot, so it's just my lower body working. Breathe, breathe. It's 3. Keep going. It's 4. Breathe. Everything is lovely, slow, and controlled. That's 5. We are halfway there, guys. You might be going a little faster than me, so you might be further along. This is almost like a very slow mountain climber, oblique crunch kind of combination. All right, I'm at 8. In, out, in, out. 1 more. Breathe and relax. Child's pose. Head comes down and rest. Breathe. Let those arms rest. It also feels nice to put your arms behind you. If your arms are feeling really tired, just let them rest behind you. Breathe. Slow and steady. Two more breaths. again on this breath. You're coming back up. We're going to go into it. We are, again, just doing 2 rounds of this one. We're not doing 3. I'm sorry, I'm sure y'all are disappointed. But just 2. We want to do a little bit of lower body, so that's what we're doing right after this, although your arms are still going to be working on what we're doing with lower body. So go ahead, come into that plank or in that kneeling plank, however you're doing it. Tailbone tucked, right knee, left. Step it back, left. Breathe. Keep going, guys. Your goal is to get 10 total. I am at 4. Breathe. Good, keep going. We're almost there. 3 more. More. You can tell I'm having a hard time not talking as much anymore. Breathe. Last. 1. Plank. Oh, drop those knees. Child's pose. Breathe. We're going to hold child's pose for a little bit. But in a second, we're going to go into a thread the needle because that's going to feel really nice on our shoulders. So take about 1 breath here. You're going to take your right arm. You're going to thread it through the hole that your left arm and your left leg are making. Try to rest that shoulder on the ground. Rest your head and hold. Breathe. Try to relax your shoulders, relax your body. We create a lot of extra tension without even knowing it. We tend to tense up our muscles. Not everything is something we can control in our body, but when we actively start to tense our muscles when we are feeling tired or under stress, that is something that we can control. So try to pinpoint anywhere in your body where you're tensing muscles without even realizing it. Switch sides, left arm going through the hole your right leg and arm are making. Breathe nice and steady. All right, coming forward. Now we're going to go into a down dog, into a chair pose, and into a reverse lunge. So we're going to be doing several movements here. So as we do it, when you do chair pose, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, it's just like a squat. The only difference is that usually the traditional chair pose, you don't go down till you're parallel with the floor or lower than that. So you can go as deep as you want. You don't have to do like a shallow, it's basically like a shallow squat. And you're going to keep your arms lifted. Now our arms are tired at this point. So if you are feeling too fatigued to keep your arms lifted during chair pose, just hold your hips or put them on your legs or do whatever you want with your arms. You don't have to keep them up. All right, we're going to come into a down dog. Pushing back, lengthening that spine. Tailbone is untucked. We're going to walk our hands to our feet. And I'm going to move up a little bit when I do this so y'all can see me in full frame. Obviously, y'all don't have to do that part, but I'm going to go ahead and walk my hands back. And then y'all would just stay in the same position. I'm gonna come back into a chair pose. Your weight is always in your heels as you do any kind of squat. So push your butt back. I always cue this is push on that part of your hip bone that you can feel, push it back. So imagine there's a slingshot around your hips and it's pulling you towards the wall behind you. Bring up your arms and breathe. This is what I mean, it's like a shallow squat. Of course, you can go all the way down if you want to. I'm gonna hold it here, lengthening that spine. My knees are actively pushing out away from the midline of my body. So I'm not letting my knees cave in. I'm actively rotating almost it feels like my femur, and you're rotating it so your knees are moving out away from your body. Hold it. We're still holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right leg, send it back. Breathe. Come back forward. Chair, lunge, chair, lunge, chair, lunge, chair, lunge. One more. Back and down. Now, I'm gonna go back to the starting point. Now we're gonna hinge from our hips again. Come into down dog. Reach back, pushing those hips back. We're gonna do it on the same leg 3 times. Breathe. Walk it back. Stopping in that chair pose. Weight in your heels. Don't let your knees come forward. Your toes should be able to dance, right? So I always say that, but they should be able to lift off the ground. Breathe. Let's take our right leg back. That's 1, chair. That's 2, chair. 3, chair. 4, chair. Breathe. And coming forward back into down dog. Breathe. We're gonna do some nice stretching after this one. Breathe, walk those hands up to those feet. Holding. Weight in your heels. Glutes are working. Breathe, step back, right leg. 1, 2, keeping that pressure on that knee or that leg the whole time on that left leg. 2 more. 4, 5, and back down into down dog. Good news, guys, we're only doing 1 round of these. Today was a little bit more of a upper body focus with a little bit of legs mixed in. Breathe, push those legs back. Walk it back. This time, left leg is going to be the leg that goes back, holding that chair. Weight in your heels. Breathing. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hinge forward. Down dog. Push those hips back. Kind of actively stretching, working those muscles. So I love yoga, but it's really, really important that when you do lots of stretching, that you do also lots of strengthening of the muscle. Just like with anything, if you overstretch and you don't work the muscle enough to strengthen it, you can open yourself up to a lot of injuries because your muscles literally don't have the ability to hold things together. They get too loose. There's been research done on it. It's crazy. Breathe. Chair pose, hold. So I love adding in strengthening movements. Always the squats, the lunges, all of that. So we don't get overly stretchy muscles. Breathe, bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hinge forward. Back in the down dog. We got 1 more. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Ooh, walk those arms back. Chair pose. Hold. Breathe. Hold it. Last one. Left leg back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake out those legs. If you did not grab one already, grab a pillow. This is just a throw pillow. You can grab any kind of pillow if you don't have one already, because you're going to be coming back on your back. I'm actually going to fold this one in half so it has a little bit more resistance to it. What you're going to be using it for, we did this a few weeks ago in another live stream. You're going to be putting it in between your legs. You're going to do a glute bridge, and you're going to squeeze this as you do the glute bridge. So once you have your pillow, you're going to come back onto your back. You're going to squeeze your glutes up towards the ceiling and squeeze in. Now if this feels too much, too uncomfortable, skip the pillow altogether. Just do a regular hip bridge, squeezing your glutes up towards the ceiling, no squeezing the pillow, okay? If it feels uncomfortable at all, just skip this later part of the exercise. Feet are hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Breathe, squeeze those glutes up towards the ceiling, squeeze that pillow in, breathe, and down, up, squeeze, and down, up, squeeze. Now when I'm coming up, I don't want my back to take over, so when I come to a neutral position, which is right about here, I want to go past that a little bit. So I'm going to use my glutes to squeeze up closer to the ceiling, not my back. Then squeeze the pillow. Come down, glutes engage, squeeze that pillow. Breathe up, squeeze, and down, up, squeeze, and down, up, squeeze, and down. Let's do two more. 1 and 2. Remove the pillow for just a second. We're going to do some stretching in between this. So take your right leg, fold it over your left knee, drop that foot to the floor. This leg is still bent. Shoulder blades both should be on the floor. I also like to take, since this is my right leg going over first, it'll be on my left side. So I'm going to take my left arm and I'm pressing against the meaty part of my leg, never the knee. Never press ever for anything on the actual knee joint. Always on the muscular part of your leg. Push it away from your body and breathe. Rotate up, switch legs, left knee, let it fall. I like to push this one away. This is my really tight hip. I think I sound like a broken record. If you've ever taken one of these live stream classes with me before, I'm always like, my hip, oh my hip. Like I'm a little old lady, but this is my bad hip on this side, so it's super duper tight. So this feels way different than it did on the other side when I did it. So if you feel like a major difference between one side or the other, that is normal, because imbalances over the years, we have dominant sides that get overworked and other sides that get underworked. So there's a lot of reasons that can happen. So this hip is a little bit tighter. All right, let's rotate forward again, grabbing that pillow. Breathe. Lifting our glutes up. Remember, squeeze those glutes up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the pillow and back down. Up. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze that pillow. Breathe up. Squeeze and down. Up. Squeeze and down. Up. Squeeze and down. 4 more. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe. All right, same thing, right leg. We're gonna do happy baby after this one on our last round. So this will be our last time rotating. Same thing, pushing and opening that hip up. Breathe. Probably one of my favorite stretches that is just really easy to do. It doesn't take extreme twisting around, but it's a nice gentle twist, and it really can get deep into those hips, and I love it. All right, rotate to the other side, switching legs, coming down, opening up that hip if you choose to. Remember, keep those shoulder blades both on the ground. Breathe. Good. Release. Last time with the pillow. Bring it up. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze that pillow down. Good. Up. Breathe. You're almost done with them. Up. 6 more. 4 more. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. No need for that pillow anymore. Curl your knees up to your chest. Either grab behind your knees, grab your shins, grab the tops of your feet, grab your toes, anywhere you can grab with your shoulders still on the ground. If you need to lift up like this and then come back down, that's okay. Shoulders are meant to be on the ground, so even if you need to hold it behind your knees, you can. But drive those knees towards the ground. My feet are not touching. They are wider than hip width apart. Breathe. They should be directly over your knees. So if your knees are on the outside of your body, your feet should definitely not be touching in the middle. They should be right above your knees. Breathe. You can rock side to side if you want, or you can just hold it in the standard position. No moving, it's up to you. Breathe. Trying to relax the muscles as best you can. One more deep breath. Exhale, release. Go ahead and straighten your left leg. Keep your right knee in towards your chest. You're going to hug that knee in towards your chest. And then I want this knee to stay in the same position it is in right now. And you're going to rotate, or at least try to keep it. Mostly it'll move a little bit, but it should stay in the general area. Like it shouldn't flare out to the side. So it's in towards your chest. I'm going to rotate this heel towards this shoulder. So that sounds like, oh, very terrifying, but it's not. Don't worry. We're just going to help it, again, because I got little tight granny hips. So my hips don't rotate that much, but I'm trying to rotate this heel towards this shoulder. Knee is still in the same, roughly the same position where it started. Now I can take it a little further, and I can now take this arm and push against, again, the meaty part of my leg, not my knee. And I might overhand hold my ankle. It's a little more comfortable. Rotate it open and hold. Breathe. Rotate it back forward. Go ahead, put it down. Other leg comes up. Knee into your chest. Breathe. Rotate that heel towards the other side or towards your shoulder. My tight hip doesn't want to move. Pressing again, if you choose to, on the meaty part of that leg. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this leg is totally different than the other side. The other side rotated fairly easily, and it almost got a parallel to my body, but this one can't right now. That's okay. A lot of times when I'm stretching each side, because they're so different, This is due to a lot of imbalance. I did gymnastics for 6 years, nothing serious, but it was all for fun, but I got a lot of injuries from it, unfortunately. Wouldn't take it back, I love gymnastics, but I rolled my right ankle really badly, and so over the years my left side has taken over a lot, and so it's super tight over here because it's just way overworked. So a lot of times when I'm stretching this side, I just have to take a little bit longer in a pose. I know I need to hold it for a little bit longer. So if you do find you have one side that's just tighter, it's okay to just hold it a little bit longer. All right, release that leg. Bring your knees in, feet on either side of your mat. Just let your knees fall in towards one another. Rest your hands on your stomach, and I want you to take 5 deep inhales and long exhales. So 2 seconds, same thing, 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out.